Hey everyone, I'm Ferit. I work at Golden Foundation on Octant project. Today I will talk about the Regen Staker. In the next 30 minutes, you are going to learn how to integrate regenerative staking into your hackathon project. We will touch on motives, but we will keep it practical, and you will leave with working idea on what Regen Staker is and how it can help you in this hackathon. Before we jump into architecture and code, let me frame why this matters. So we all know the public goods funding problem. Open source maintainers working for free, critical infrastructure running on donations, projects everyone uses but nobody funds. The issue is not awareness, it's incentives. In crypto, we have gotten really good at extractive behavior. We call them degens people optimizing for short-term returns. That's the game, and it works because the incentives are clear. On the other hand, supporting public goods costs you opportunity. You could be staking for yield. Instead, you are just donating. There is no direct benefit, so most people don't do it. We get what we incentivize, and we have built an economy that incentivizes extraction, not contribution. So, but what if we flipped it? What if doing good was also doing well? What if you could stake, earn yield, keep your governance rights, and fund public goods all at the same time? This is not idealism. This is a Regen Staker. So, who are the regions? They are a new generation of impact-driven voters, builders, and stewards. They are shaping the future of public goods funding, but here's what makes them different. They don't just support projects passively, they actively decide where funding goes, they help set priorities, they determine who gets empowered next. This is participatory funding at scale. The regions stand for three things: transparency, regeneration, and community-owned decision-making. Not top-down grants where some foundation decides, not donations where you hope for the best. This is collective funding with skin in the game. You stake, you allocate, your contributions get matched, and you see the impact. And the dragons are organizations with big treasuries, DAOs, protocols, and foundations. They multiply impact through matching. When a region allocates yield, dragons match it. Your 100 becomes 2,000, your 1,000 becomes 5,000 due to quadratic matching. Dragons deploy capital where regions signal value. The community directs, the dragons amplify. So here's how it works in high level. Dragons deploy principal into Octant funding vaults, and they receive yield donating tokens in return. The principal generates yield that flows into the system. Regions deposit community tokens into a relevant Regen Staker instance. They receive rewards and earning power. That earning power gives them allocation rights. Yield from both flows through splitters. Yield flows from both through splitters and routers, and the plumbing that routes the allocation mechanisms. Regions and external allocators contribute allocation decisions. The system distributes funding according to decisions of regions. And Dragon's principle, which were generating yield, just amplifies these decisions. And in the end, all these go into funding public good projects. So let's get practical. Here's some key actions in the system. First one is staking. You can approve a token and stake in the contract, or if you have an existing stake, you can top up it using stake more function. The second one is withdrawing. As you can guess, you can withdraw your capital in full at any time or partially if you want to retain some of its earning yields. You can claim rewards you have been accumulated so far. You can compound your rewards to maximize your earning power. So in this action, you automatically withdraw your rewards and top up your stake in one transaction, basically. And here's the regenerative part. The contribute function is how you direct your claimed rewards toward public goods. By contributing your rewards, you forfeit the ability to claim them. Instead, your rewards are going through the allocation mechanism that is set by this Regen Staker instance. And it is eventually going to be matched by Dragon's capital according to the actual allocation algorithm. There are three key actors in this system. Depositors are the ones who deposit their principals to generate yield. We have claimers. During the deposit action, depositors can appoint a claimer to act on their behalf to use the generated yield. This can be useful for treasury management. For example, maybe a DAO stakes tokens but wants a specific actor or multisig to be able to claim and allocate the rewards on their behalf. So claimers are just these actors. They can claim rewards and contribute rewards on behalf of the original depositor. And finally, we have delegatees. This is who gets the voting power from stake tokens if the token is a governance token. For example, let's say depositor deposits an optimism token and depositor chooses a delegatee, which means that during the time the stake is in the Regen Staker contract, the voting power will not be lost, but will be harnessed by this delegatee on behalf of the depositor. So this is important if you want to retain voting power while staking in Regen Staker. We have a couple of key components I want to talk about. The first one is earning power calculator. Regen Staker does not have a hard-coded earning power calculation. It is delegating this calculation to a modular component, which you can replace with a different implementation at your will. So this is the basic interface you need to implement to build this component. Basically, you implement these two functions, and from Regen Staker, you appoint this specific instance of earning power calculator. It can be anything you envision. It can be linear, it can be quadratic, it can depend on any kind of on-chain conditions. It's basically limit is your imagination. The second key component is the allocation mechanism. This is how your contributions as regions gets translated into the impact. Allocation mechanism collects donations, and according to its algorithm, it matches in a specific way with Dragon's capital and transfers them to public goods to final impact. Again, here the limit is the imagination of the implementer. This is where you can get creative. The third key component is delegation surrogate. Regen Staker does not hold the staked tokens in the contract. It holds in delegation surrogate, which means if you, for example, query Regen Staker with balance off, you will be surprised because tokens will not be there. Each time you stake, Regen Staker creates a delegation surrogate just to serve as a custodian for your stake. Yeah, I guess that's all about it. So few things to keep in mind. First one, the contribute function. In the contribute function, the caller gets the voting power, not necessarily the depositor. This matters for allocation mechanisms that weight votes by caller identity. So don't be surprised if claimer calls the contribute function and depositor gets no voting power in allocation mechanism. Second is the capital, the stake, always preserved. You only ever contribute your rewards, never your principal. Even if you wanted to, you cannot contribute your principal. So only the generated yield can be claimed back, compounded, or contributed to allocation mechanisms. The third is claimers cannot ever touch to capital. They can only touch to rewards. So capital, again, always safe. Things to avoid. I mentioned this few slides ago. Using balance off instead of total staked to query your balance, you will be surprised. You will not see your balance because it's actually not in the contract. It's in the surrogate of the delegate. So simply use total staked to find out your stake. The second is don't try to use exotic stake tokens, which won't work, like fee on transfer tokens or rebasing tokens. Basically break all the accounting in the contract and won't work. The third one is adding unvetted mechanisms to allocation allow set. Since rewards are transferred to allocation mechanisms, any bad malicious contract will basically sweep all the rewards. So if you don't want to lose your rewards, never ever use unvetted allocation mechanisms. And there's one final important decision. There are two variants of Regen Staker. One will retain your governance voting rights during staking. The other one won't retain. So if your token is implementing delegate and delegates functions, which is sometimes goes as IERC20 staking, sometimes IERC20 delegate interface. If your token is implementing this, you can select Regen Staker variant, which is the best one because of the governance rights. But if don't, you have to go with Regen Staker without surrogate option. Otherwise, during the staking operation, contract will always revert. So that's one thing to be aware of. So yeah, now you learned the basics and now you are ready to build. I invite you to try building something new, leveraging Regen Staker, maybe an allocation mechanism, maybe an earning power calculator or a new staking flow to harness power of Dragon's capital. Really looking forward to see what you will create in the hackathon. Good luck and have fun. That's it. I forgot to put my socials and stuff, but you can find me on X, 0x Ferit, or on GitHub, again, 0x Ferit. I guess there is not much Ferit around, so if you Google, I'm sure you will stumble upon me. Yeah, thanks for listening.
Nice. Thank you, Ferit, for the exhaustive workshop here. Was super cool to follow. And let me put it in the chat here so you can find Ferit. It's at Ferit, right?
That's right.
Yes, there you go. So if
Good.
you like to follow or reach out to Ferit, just posted a handle there. So you were saying something?
So we have lots of time for questions, it seems. It's been 15 minutes and another 15. Yeah, good. Let's see if any question pops up. I also forgot to give links to the source code, etc. The source code is in our foundation organization, Golem Foundation / Octant Octant V2 core. So uh, just so you know, I forgot to give lots of links actually.
That's okay. We can actually drop them in the Telegram group chat, which I'm highlighting here again for those who are joining now. If you'd like to drop the links there, that would be
Sure.
amazing. Let me share the link in the meantime. Members. Cool. 1 second. There we go. Yes. This is the group chat. Perfect. Thank you, Ferit. So in that group chat, I'm going to be sharing the links to what Ferit just mentioned.
Thank you very much.
Regen Staker docs. Of course. And in this, I don't see any questions coming on, but are there any tips or any ideas for our hackers that can be implemented with this that you'd like to share?
So what we built as an initial implementation has very simple earning power calculator, which simply uses a linear prorata algorithm. I think people can get creative on that side, try different forms of earning power calculation. It can be conditional on some interesting stuff like being a member of something or being active on somewhere. This kind of interesting things can be built. On allocation mechanism side, you can do wide variety of interesting things. This is basically the curation engine of the system. Regions basically signal their interest, but how you interpret your signal is in the logic of allocation mechanism. So there, I believe you can invent something interesting. Yeah, these are two things coming to my mind.
Cool. Awesome, Ferit. While you were finishing, I saw a question popping up in the Telegram group chat. Is Forb is asking, please, I can focus in one track, right? Yes, you can focus on one track, or if you want to tackle multiple, then that's also fine. But of course, it's always better to start with one and then keep check what else can be added on top of it. There's a lot of, let's say, overlapping opportunities, and if you think smartly about the goal of the hackathon in general, that is helping ecosystems use these yield donating vaults to grow, then there's a lot of things that you can holistically integrate into that. So just answering our hacker Forb here. Nice. What else? Ferit, have you actually also participated in hackathons before?
Well, I wasn't a big fan of hackathons, but I participated a couple of them. The thing is, it's really demanding to, for example, participate in 3 days hackathons. You usually don't sleep. That is a bit heavy on me, but I know most people like it. It's just not my thing. But yeah, I had a few fun experience on hackathons. Actually, I was going to give a tip as well. I think the best strategy in hackathons is to target multiple prizes at once, which can align into the same project. This also gives you ideas. For example, you start to think like, how can I target price X and price Y and make a project it covers so that it covers both. Now you start to get creative because you are trying to align these two prices in the same project. So this will both increase your chances of taking home something and chances of finding an interesting idea.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, I see we have a few more minutes still. Let's share the schedule here. So we're almost coming to the end of DeFi Devs Day. Hope you learned a lot. Next up, we're gonna have Austin Griffith, who's gonna tell us how to build a hackathon project with Scaffold ETH2. It's gonna be sort of DeFi focus. So that's going to be pretty interesting to have a starting point already. And then right after, we're going to have our final hackathon. That's a deep dive on how to write QF and voting strategies, which should be quite exciting. And for those who are joining us, see the number keeps going up. You can join the folio page to sign up to the hackathon. It's octant.thefolio.co. Love to see so many hackers already signing up and from all around the world. So love to see strong competition here. But as I mentioned, you don't need to be technical to participate in this hackathon necessarily. Of course, we've learned from Kalani that there are some things that can be implemented pretty much using their tool. Of course, like some more technical implementations get a little bit of a different view, but there might be some solid applications, some solid submissions through Kalani. And also we have a creator-oriented bounty that is for a tutorial to build on Octant v2. So that's also useful. And yeah, in the last few minutes, Ferry, do you want to share some final words, some closing remarks, anything you'd like to share with our hackers here?
Well, I wish all of them best of luck and lots of fun this weekend. I'm excited to see the next talk.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ferit.